Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 45 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where I'm making myself a personal shrinking device. Let's shrink down to size 2. Hey, there we go, that's much better. So I realized I missed the edges of the glass for the dark connected glass stuff, so what I'm going to need to do is get in there. So I figured I'd make a nice little shrinking device. Yoink. Makes life a lot easier. Makes life a lot easier. Let's see, I'm going to need some more of you, like another stack or two, probably. I made that a little big, that area down there, to be fair. As you can see, I've been killing withers and getting nether stars and all prepped and ready to go. But I wanted to fix this real quick, just because it is a little bit of a mess. If you miss the corners when you're building a box like this, the wither can, their explosions go through corners. So, not an ideal situation. Where's my building gadget? There we go. Bada bing, bada boom, clean it all up. So I'm just gonna, I came in here while shrunk so that I could access the areas I need to, and then I can just fill this all in. Yeah, no diamonds. That looks good. Pretty well cleaned up? Yeah, I would call that pretty well cleaned up. And then it's a simple matter of doing something like this. Oh, that's dark tempered glass. That's right. I need to make that into... I was like, why aren't you connected texturing? I'm doing it manually. Oh, right. No, that makes sense. I need to do this. And that is much nicer. Backed myself into a corner here, didn't I? Let me go out this way so that I have like a nice clean room. There we go. And then de-shrinkify. Love shrink. Love shrink. Such a good mod. Such a cool mod. Really, really like the ability to shrink down like that. I didn't think I had a shrink tool, so I just went and made one. Let's go home now, because I think I've got enough nether stars. We can start working on the angel ring that I want to get upgraded, right? So the next one I wanted to get was the leadstone tier. Energetic, I don't think there's any upgrade beyond that. So I'm going to go with the leadstone because that one we can upgrade all the way up to resident, which is kind of the best. I guess. We'll see. So a few things to do. Let's see. What do we got by way of... Do I have any kind of... I don't have a thing that'll make the stuff that I want, right? Because eventually we're going to need to upgrade this guy. Like, we've got hardened, so we need to make Invar, right? I don't have a thing that makes Invar, really. And then, obviously, beyond that, I'm assuming we're going to need Electrum at some point. Yeah, for sure. So how does one make Electrum in this pack? Induction smelter would work? Yeah, I should probably whip one of those up. That sound cool? Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Okay, so let me get that. Induction smelter. Should be easy peasy. I'm sure I've got most of the stuff that I need. I may have to manually do some... Oh, look at this. There's this recipe. That's cool. That's a neat recipe. That'll hold me over for a little bit. And then should I put the induction smelter downstairs where my mechanism smelter and stuff is? I'm thinking I will. That might be a good way to go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to want a pattern provider, right? Which I can get going. Beautiful. And that should be good enough. So we're going to need some form of energy here. Some cables. Yeah, and then, like, you know, mechanism can go that way and thermal can go this way. I like the sound of that. If there's, I don't know how much thermal there'll be, but we'll see. And I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to try to do it like this. You ready? If we configure you to be in and out on the top with an auto output enabled, that should push the outputs out the top into the pattern provider and mark it complete, in theory. Let's see if I'm right about that. So we're going to want invar, which is going to be the induction smelter recipe with ingots. We're going to want electrum, which is the same deal. Okay. And then beyond that tier, we will probably reinforced does what? Blocks of electrum. Energized glowstone bucket. Okay, look at that being all fancy. Signalum glass. Yeah, we're probably gonna need signalum at some point. Let's put signalum on the to-do list. And then finally we're gonna need enderium, right? So those are the two there. We're probably also gonna need lumium on our to-do. So we might as well add it there. Cool. So these are the induction smelter recipes we're going to want eventually. But we're going to need to learn how to make diamond dust too. Cool. So now we should be able to put those all into our induction smelter, and we'll see if it behaves itself. Now, it's going to be slow because I haven't upgraded it yet, but we'll get a little bit of upgrades taught to this thing too, because we're going to have to make them for our angel rings anyway, right? So let's get some thermal upgrades ready. What we're going to need will be some of you. And you should probably know how to make a gold gear then. Some of you. Which means you need to learn how to make a signalum gear. And then some of you, which means you need to know how to make a lumium gear. And I've been putting these patterns kind of down the column rather than straight across. This is technically the more efficient way to do this because it allows multiple interfaces to craft at the same time. Because you're saying different interfaces have the patterns in them, and they're adjacent to different molecular assemblers. So I think that's correct. So if I do this now, what are we missing here? We're missing some diamond dust and hardened glass. Okay, not a problem. So hardened glass we can get taught. That is another induction smelter recipe. And diamond dust, what do we have that can make that at the moment? So a crusher can do it, or a pulverizer. Might as well just do the pulverizer. You know what? Maybe I'll do a crusher. Do we have a crusher down there? I don't know that we do yet. Let me make a crusher real quick. Do we have a crusher, actually? Is that what the other thing is? Oh, we do have a crusher. Okay, yeah, no, that's doable. You can have this. That's right, we didn't have patterns for it. Yeah, so we do have a crusher down there. For some reason, I thought that was an enrichment chamber, but that's cool. Crushing factory. Nice. Okay, so now I should be able to get this, and we'll see if it all behaves itself. And then it wouldn't be a bad idea to get the augment that speeds things up. So that would be this guy, right? Increases process speed, but reduces RF efficiency. That shouldn't be a problem. Though there might be some effort involved in that one. Specifically the plates. Okay. So electrum plates. We can get a multi-servo press to make them. And what I should probably do, if I'm going to be doing this, I might as well teach you how to make this guy. And some tin gears. I don't think we did tin gears yet, right? No. Cool. All right, so then I should be able to control click this guy. Where's that multi-servo press? There he is. And control click plus here. And it'll make a majority of what it needs. What else do you need? Oh, you need bronze and Constantin. Ooh, I didn't do Constantin, did I? So bronze, you should get into the induction smelter game. And Constantin, you also need to get into the induction smelter game. Let's do it this way, because that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so induction gets this guy, and then you can go down here. Beautiful. Okay, so how's the auto crafting coming along? We have a lot of things cooking. The majority of it is waiting on this very slow machine, which I'm going to go help out real fast. But it looks like it's actually working the way I would want it to, which is cool. We did get some lead in there, so I should make sure that you're configured to do not push crafting ingredients if inventory contains a patterned input. Yeah, we want something like that. Cool. So now that blocking mode should help us out quite a bit. And luckily we have another batch of these that we can override into. That looks good overall, right? Looks like it's working. The pushing out to the pattern thing looks good. Oh, and good. Our resonant crystal's ready. Alright, so now let's get our multi-servo press set up in a similar kind of way. So let me get a pattern provider going. Looking good. So we're gonna do this and this. This guy's gonna chill here. Same kind of deal. You're gonna push out, but the top will accept in and out. Okay. Now we just get a pattern. I didn't set that up yet, right? Nope. For electrum plate, which is just electrum goes in, electrum plate comes out. That looks cool. You can make more of those while I'm waiting. And now we should be good. For like 10 of these. And this guy should be ready to be augmented, which will make him a little bit faster. And I could probably get, you know, at least 2 more of these. Oh, we're out of obsidian. Ugh, I gotta get that going. That needs to go into a Cobbleworks kind of situation where we always have some in stock. We shall see. Can I get one of you, you think? I can get one of them? Nope, not even one obsidian. Can't spare a square. Alright, well, we're gonna have to be patient. What am I kidding? I have a tick accelerator. I don't have to be patient. Alright, so obsidian's gonna go on the very short to-do list. We need to get that going sooner than later. But for now, that's looking good, right? Alright, cool. So we've got those things automated. Now, let's get into our angel ring, because I should be good to make that now, and it should be relatively easy, right? So leadstone angel ring, you can make most of these things, minus the obsidian that we don't have. So let's look at a fun way to make obsidian. Is there anything cool I can do to make some obsidian? Water essence, that seems like a very expensive way to make obsidian. Entropy manipulator, meh, meh, meh. Not great, not terrible. I mean, obviously it's going to use lava in some form. And I don't have like a great lava automation yet either, do I? I don't think so. I don't think so. Dimensional mine shafts have a chance to get them, but that thing's stopped at the moment anyway. And then blaze mesh, but that's a lot of blaze rods to make obsidian with. All right, let me think about it for a sec off camera. All right, I think I have a semi-fun way of getting obsidian going. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop into the nether and find a nice place to set up a ranged pump. And I've got some ender tanks ready to go. Because let's be honest, pumping lava out of the nether is just the way. It's just the way to do it, right? How about, you know, I mean, it doesn't super matter where I go. How about northwestish? Does that look cool? I think this looks like about where I would want to be. Looks pretty good. Yeah? Ish? Pretty good-ish? How's this chunk look? Sure, why not? Alright, so what we would want here then is a ranged pump with... Now does it pump into the thing automatically? I always forget. I think it does, right? Insufficient energy. So I brought one of these bad boys with me. Scanning. Oh, I think it's working. Look, we already have a bucket. Hooray! And then we just need to... Bada bing, bada boom. Chunk loaded good. Now it's scanning. Nice. Let's just help it scan a little bit more. Look at it go. So good. Alright, so there you go. Lava. Easy peasy, right? Infinite lava for the win. Now for the part that'll probably be a little bit more fun. Alright, so let's say that we want to pop into the wall here-ish. So I'm going to get this guy ready. Does this look like a good place to dig in at? Not terrible. Maybe not exactly where I want to be. Although, I wouldn't mind maybe using this. That might be cool. That might be cool to use. I think I will, actually. I think I will use that. So if I went like this, I should be able to tap into here pretty easily. Yes, this will work. I think this is enough space for what I want to build. So let's make a U. Let's make a U, U, U. Look good? Yeah, not too shabby. All right, so this will be a super compact but relatively straightforward and simple build. What it's going to contain is a fluid placer from Cyclic, a block breaker from Cyclic, a bucket of water, a ME level emitter, and logic gate and sensor gate. Sound cool? Sounds cool to me. I'm probably going to want an obsidian. Do we have any obsidian at all so I can stage a drawer? Not really. So we'll get some in a minute. But here's the gist of how it's going to work, okay? We're going to have a... and let's get some clear glass ready. We're going to have a block breaker. Let's say here. Now, yeah, let's see. And then I'm going to want my bucket of water here maybe. And maybe you can be a piece of glass would be nice. And you can be that. And then you can be... that? Does that look cool? All right, so check this out. If I have an ender tank here, and actually, you know what? I might want my water here. Because I'm going to want something behind this in a second. And then you guys can be like that. Does that sound cool? Yeah. Okay, so check it out. If I have my ender tank here, okay, and I set you to always on, and I set you to requires redstone. For now, it's going to be a button press. See how annoying that is? We don't want that to happen all the time. Yeah, no, definitely not. So if I got this and did that, he's got lava in him. Always on. You should be placing your lava. Are you facing the wrong way? You might be facing the wrong way. But I don't feel like you are. So let's see if I can rotate you. There we go. My goodness, look how many blocks we got. Well, that was cool. Well, that was cool. All right, so now what I'm thinking is I would like a sensor here that will detect if there's obsidian within a one area block. Okay? And you can have some redstone like that. Well, probably actually like this is where it's going to eventually go. Now, what's weird is when I tested this... Well, let's see. Just a little bit annoying that you're doing that. Because I tested this a second ago off camera, and it 100% worked. Okay, so you should sense Obsidian. Block. Detect if a certain type of block is present. Area 1, group 1, number. I don't think we need to set a number for this, right? So, hey, there's Obsidian there. You should be emitting a redstone signal right now. Just, you know, if you didn't know that already, that should be the case. Oh, yeah, no, it was facing the wrong way. That's why. Cool. So now... Sweet. Okay, so that's a thing. Maybe. I'm not sure if I love it yet. Let me think about it. I might set this guy to requires redstone. And what I'm going to have to do is make sure this block space is totally empty before allowing... So we'll have to do something-ish with the water to make sure that it, you know... Probably what we're going to have to do is something like this. Right? And then now, when I do that... Goodness gracious, you were quick. He really don't waste any time, does he? I mean, not that I'm complaining. I like it. But we'll have to see. Yeah. Yeah, you just run fast. So you detect that, and that's cool. But I'm probably going to want a logic gate here. That means I'm probably going to need one of these redstone quills, which I really like this redstone quill mod. I don't know what mod this is. I mean, it's just called redstone pen, but I love it. It's so cool to be able to do this, right? How good is that? And then what I'd like to do is tap into Mr. Cable. So now when you're going in there, you're at 7 of 8 channels. Okay, so let's do this. And then I'm going to have a level emitter for Obsidian. Emit when levels are above or equal to limit. How about emit when they're below 64? Is that cool? And then I'm going to go down here because I have some Obsidian to stage. How about down there? And then what I want to say is, can you do a redstone-y thingy for me? That looks cool. All right, so now I would like you to output only when the 2 sides are on, right? So that would be A and C. So A and C should be on, okay? So right now this guy's off because there's not Obsidian there, okay? But if I were to, for example, get a bucket of lava and place it there, cool? I like that. Okay, cool. That looks good, right? Now, I may want this one on all the time. I guess we could see how that works out, right? It should be fine. If I do this, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep it this way. I don't probably need the sensor anymore. Yeah, I could probably do away with the sensor at this point. But I kind of like having it there, so I'm going to leave it. It shouldn't... It's technically not necessary anymore, because the point of the sensor was to not make the annoying noise. But now it doesn't make the annoying noise anymore because there's no water in front of it. I'm telling you, I tested this off camera before I started, and it was placing the lava on top of the flowing water. It really was. But it's all good. We got it working. So then the last thing I'm going to want to do here is I'm going to reuse this guy. If I made your... What direction is this? Towards -Z. So if I made your Z bigger, you should be cool to pick up that Obsidian for me. And then I'm going to add Obsidian to the to-do list, or to the pickup list, so that he can, you know, return his inventory and all that. And that would be cool, right? So let's see how that works out for us. So if I were to look at how much obsidian we have. We have 37. If I were to set you to, let's turn you off. If I set you to ignore, wow, that is fast. And now we have 45. Not bad. And then once we hit 64, it stops. Because the level emitter says, you've got 64. And I'm going to stop. So let's make you 256 now, right? And you'll notice what's happening. The rate at which it's breaking and placing is due to the speed of not the fluid placer, but the ender tank and how fast it can run. So that's actually kind of cool. All right, not too shabby. Does that look pretty good? I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks cool, right? That's a neat way to handle that situation. And then we can just, you know, cover this up. It's a different approach to an obsidian generator. Are there more simple ways to do it? Of course there are. Dyra just likes to change things up. It's boring to watch me do the same thing every season. So I'm trying to find new ways to do stuff every time for you guys to keep the YouTubes interesting. Plus, it's fun for me. Like, you know, I've made the industrial foregoing stoneworks factory 1,000 times. Like, I don't need to make that again. I want to do something different. I want to come up with a slightly more interesting way of accomplishing my goals than just place a block down and have it magically make what I need. Every now and then, that's fun. Don't get me wrong. Magically make what I need is a good time. Sometimes. So now that we've got that cooking, I should be good to make my angel ring, right? So leadstone angel ring. The first thing we're really going to need is some cinnabar. So where do we get cinnabar from? We have some. How do we process this stuff? If I just smelt it, it'll be 1-to-1. Can I pulverize it? Pulverizer just makes 2, and that's about it. An induction smelter makes 1. Is that it? Is there no... Well, I guess I'll just throw a stack in here. And do this. Works for me, right? Yep. Okay, so 2 cinnabar blocks. And then we should be good to go with that angel ring. Cool. Leadstone angel ring, which is the first tier. Now we want to upgrade him to the next tier. So in order to get that, we're going to need 2 blocks of Invar. So let's get like, you know, 20-ish of them. And then we're also going to need stabilized RF coils. Okay. So you're the one I'm working towards. You're going to want 2 of these. And then I just need some aluminum glass. Which I'll go the fire charge route. Like, yeah, I could program the induction smelter to make this, but I don't know that we're going to need a lot of it. So I'll just go with this route, and then we'll, you know, decide what we need in the future. All right, now we need some blocks of electrum. Okay. And a couple more nether stars, and we're going to need some high flux coils. Let's get some redstone flux coils. 1, 2. Wrong ones. 1, 2. That looks good. Signalum glass. That looks cool. The 2 electrum blocks. And then in order to get myself an energized glowstone bucket, I think we're going to need a... I might be able to just do it with the magma dude. Let's see if we can just make a magma crucible and call it a day. Let's put Invar gears on the to-do list over here so that we know how to make those. Because we know how to make the Invar, so we might as well teach it Invar gears, right? Really? That many things have gear in the name? Oh, because it's an S gear material. Okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say, why so many things have gear in the name? What was this for? That was for making that. All right, I'm gonna I'm going to remove this for the time being. So I can stick that there. If I remember correctly, energized glowstone is 4 per bucket. Let's see if that's correct. Boy, does that take a while. In fairness, I haven't, you know, added any... Oh my goodness. That's a long while. Can I get a quickie resonant? Shouldn't take too long to make, right? Looks like it's cooking. Resonant would make this go a lot quicker and better. I gotta say that, as somebody who's made mods himself, the whole UI there with AE2 and Refined Swords, they both do an amazing job with the way that whole system works. My brain just kind of implodes when I think about how I would do something like that. See, there we go. We can handle that. All right, so now this guy turns into this dude, and then this guy turns into your resonant. Nice. All right, so now we're just doing the last one, which is the resonant. So I don't need you no more, or you, or you, or you, or you, you. So resonance, the last one. We do want a bunch of Ethereum, so let's get like, you know, again, 30-ish. Sounds like a good number. And some Ethereum glass. So lots of craftings to happen, but not a huge ordeal. So you should be ready now. And then we're gonna need some Blizz powder, huh? So we can pulverize Blizz cubes. Is there a sneaky way to get Blizz cubes? I'm assuming they exist. They're going to be from Blizzes in cold biomes, right? And I would very much like to have these, please. So maybe I'm going to go look for one of those real quick, because we need to find something like that. That's something I would very much like to have. So let's go. I'm going to put away some inventory and then be ready to head to a cold biome. I know there's a little tiny cold biome right here, but I'm concerned that that might not be cold enough. But I guess we'll see. So I'm going to fly over there and see what we can find. Yeah, it's like this one tiny little spot that happens to have snow on it for some reason. I don't even know why. The biome is Grove. I'm hoping that, you know, maybe Blizz, the things will spawn here. There's no other way to get these Blizz cube things? I mean, not really. Capturing enchant. Blizz powder. There used to be a way to do it with like liquid experience and redstone and all that stuff, but I don't think it works no more. At least I don't see it in JEI. Where is my bow? There it is. So what I'm going to look for on my map is like a red dot. Did you hear anything just now? Maybe inside here? That would be you, sir. Rip. Alright, I'm gonna hang out in this area for a minute, and I'm gonna kill any mobs I see, because, you know, spawn limits and all that. And then I'll come back if I get lucky, and if I don't get lucky, then I'll look around for a larger snow biome. I don't see much on my map. I mean, I've explored a decent amount of this world, but not much by way of snow biomes at the moment, so... I'll come back. I'm sure I'll find one eventually. There's a couple red dots. The red dots are what you're looking for, because you know it might be what we need. Or it might be an... It's red dot means it's not a vanilla mob. Okay, back in a few. This might take a minute. I wonder if this biome would be a cool place to find some. We'll look around here for a little bit. Maybe. Maybe. There's something weird on my map. What's this blue thing? Is it possible that that's a drowned? Or is that maybe a drowned? Probably wouldn't be a drowned. Oh, it's a Blizz! That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so they do have a custom. Awesome. They do have a custom icon. So, hey, look, I found one. I found one! And it wasn't this biome. Sweet. Hey, that's enough for me for now. So cool. All right, so I can make 2 or I can make 3 with a pulverizer. Well, sounds like I should go pulverizer, right? I'm just going to take a few of these. I could have captured them, but I don't know if we're going to need them. But at least I know where to find them. So if I decide I need a lot of Blizz at some point in the future, I'll go capture one. Cool. But for now, the point is I get to make an angel ring. Boom, and boom, and angel ring, and good. And that means that you can go into my angel ring slot, which I believe is up here-ish. And you should start charging. And now I should be able to fly. Creative mode flight for the win. All right. I always love when I get to this stage. What's cool is I can still use my leap in my spellbook to go even faster. Oh yeah. That's cool. That'll make my life a lot smoother. All right, hey, look at that. Creative mode flight is in. Along with automating Obsidian and a few other fun projects for today, I think it's time to wrap up the episode. So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll come back next time. I want to get that repair thing going. That's probably going to be my next priority. And then I'm going to work on the Spirit and Vitalize mods to check those out. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.